This video is for everyone that understands English but can't speak it the way they want to. Everybody that's frustrated that they've been studying English for years and still, when they talk to their boss, when they need to lead a meeting, they are scared out of their pants, or they're just simply frustrated because they know they're smart, they know they're capable, they can communicate and advocate for themselves in Spanish, but in English, they're still frustrated. They're still translating in their head. They're still lacking vocabulary. If there's a group of people speaking, you feel like you can't jump in because you can't express yourself. You can't keep up with the conversations, okay? This video is gonna teach you how to close that gap, how to go from only understanding English well and not being able to speak it to speaking it with confidence and as well as you can speak Spanish. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. To get started, I'm going to tell you a quick little story about something that happened to me a few years ago, where I was finally consistent for 90 days after 8 years of dreaming and hoping of accomplishing my dream of having 1 million followers, of being able to work from social media, of having financial freedom, of having so many opportunities. From age 14 to 22, I dreamt of this, of having the followers, of having all the opportunities that having 1 million followers brought. And I was just frustrated because for 8 years, I would upload a video, then take it out. And I just wasn't consistent, honestly, for eight years. I thought about it a lot for 8 years. But then after 8 years, I read this book called Miracle Mornings that taught you this morning routine that you do. It's just 1 hour every morning. And I committed myself. I was so frustrated with my life. I was like, this is not the way I need to look. This is not the way this is not the income I want. This is not the apartment I want. I just felt like this is not the life I want. I need to make a difference. So I need to make a change. So I decided for 90 days to do this morning routine that started transforming my identity. And also for 90 days, I uploaded 5 videos a day to TikTok and Instagram. Now, in those 90 days, I went from 0 to 700,000 followers. The next month, I reached 1 million. A few months later, I reached 2 million. After 8 years of hoping for something, of sloppy, inconsistent action, after 90 days, I completed my dream. After those 90 days, I remember I did my first English webinar. I was working for a company before that. I made in 2 hours the amount of money that I would have made 2 months working my other job. Like, I got financially free. I had all these opportunities. I was suddenly living my dream life. A few months later, I moved into my dream apartment. I was just like, gosh dang, I freaking made it, bro. And it was crazy because it only took 90 days of consistent, proper action. Okay, so the routine I'm going to teach you right now and the principles that I'm going to teach you right now are designed so that if you do it consistently, you will see massive results, but only if you do it consistently. Okay, so here's a few things you need to understand about this routine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you what the routine is, but then I want you to stay paying very close attention because I'm going to tell you exactly how you're going to use this routine to not only become great at speaking English, but also to start creating everything you've been dreaming of for your life, okay? Because you're going to make a switch. You're going to stop studying English and you're going to start using and training English to accomplish what you want, okay? You're not going to study books about English. You're going to begin to study things that you need to be studying that you need to be studying to accomplish whatever it is you want for your life, no? So let's say you want to get really fit. You can start studying about nutrition. You can start studying about fitness. You can start studying about habit creation, no? How to have good habits, how to be consistent. Let's say you want to have more money. You can start studying books in English specifically about your career, about leadership, about how to manage your finances, about general business principles to get better. Okay, I'm gonna upload soon on my Instagram all the books I personally recommend that helped me a lot. But anyway, so you're gonna use this routine But first, I want you to think about, what do you actually want for your life? Like, I notice a lot of people come to me and they say, like, Savity, I want to improve my English so that I can accomplish all of this. You know, like, a lot of people don't just want to improve their English because it's gonna allow them to, or it's just because they think it's fun. A lot of people want to improve their English because they see it as a stepping stone or a key to get better things in their life. So what is it that you want with English? Más allá de solo la meta de inglés, what is it that you want to create for your life? And I want you to start having clarity about that. Like, what do I actually want for my life? No? Okay, so here is the routine. I'm going to just lay it out. And listen, this is quite simple. Just like what I did for those 90 days was quite simple. I was following a routine that just took 1 hour every morning, and then I was uploading 5 videos a day. And 90 days of consistently doing that, my life changed. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing for you, but you need to be consistent with this. So what is the routine that you need to follow? If you go to the description in this video, there's going to be a link to this table where you're going to be tracking this routine that you're going to be doing every day. So here's basically the routine you're going to do. First of all, you're going to do this in the morning. You need to get up earlier and you need to prioritize this in the morning. Why? Because one, that's what's going to guarantee that you do it consistently. Commit to doing it every morning. Some mornings, if you can't do it at night. Refuse to go to sleep without doing it. That's what you got to get a little relentless here, you know? So you're going to do this routine in the morning. What are you going to do? 10 to 20 minutes of reading or listening. And you're going to be reading a book or listening to a podcast that's going to equip you with the skills and knowledge you need to start accomplishing whatever it is that you want for your life, okay? Whatever it is that you want English for, if it's just social, you can listen to like podcasts of people talking. But you're going to read or listen 10 to 20 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 10, doesn't matter if it's 20. Obviously, more time compounded is going to bring you better results, but it's important that you are consistent. So you're going to read 10 minutes. Then for 10 minutes, you are going to summarize what you learned and how you can apply it in your life. Now, here's the thing. When you're reading or listening, your job is going to be to understand the main points of everything you're learning. And it's also going to be to identify 1 to 3 new words that you do not know yet, okay? Or that you are not using already. So then when you're writing, you're going to look up these words and you're going to use them within your writing, where you're summarizing and talking about how you can apply what you learned while you were reading or listening to your podcast that day. Okay. Then you're going to whip out your phone and you're going to record yourself speaking and summarizing what you learned and how you can apply it to your life. And you're going to use that new vocabulary, those 1 to 3 new words. This is just a 1-minute video. You can do more, but it's at least 1 minute. You put the camera up and you start speaking. Now, do you feel uncomfortable watching yourself? Good. This is going to develop mental toughness. The reason you're so uncomfortable speaking English is because you are not used to it yet. It is uncomfortable to develop a new skill or try to get better at a skill. This is a skill. Speaking is a skill. It's uncomfortable because it sucks to feel incompetent. It sucks to suck at things. It sucks to not be good. Obviously, we feel better doing things that we're good at, but you need to get past that discomfort of being uncomfortable with seeing yourself, being uncomfortable with how you read. With how you speak. Okay, so you're going to record for 1 minute. You're going to use that new vocabulary. You're going to be digesting the content that you're consuming that's going to transform your life. And then you're going to review the video. And you're just going to notice a few things that you like about the video. You need to start training yourself to become aware of what you like about your ability to communicate. That's how you're eventually going to get to a place where you're speaking and you're enjoying who you are as a speaker. So you're going to notice a few things, 1 to 3 things that you liked about what you did. And then you're going to notice 1 to 3 things that you need to improve on. Write that down, and then you just do your tracking. And then you go on and do the rest of your life. You know, you go on and you live your life. You do your day. There's a few other things that I would recommend adding to this as well, a bonus, but I also think it could really transform you. Meditate 5 minutes and then spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing yourself flowing in English, living your dream life. A lot of people don't know what they want for their life because they're not giving themselves not even 5 to 10 minutes to start creating the vision of what they actually want for their life. They're just constantly visualizing what they don't want, and it's creating more of what they don't want. But the routine is you listen or read English 10 to 20 minutes a day. You write for 10 minutes. What did you learn? How can you apply that into your life and use that new vocabulary that you identified? You practice speaking. You record yourself for at least a minute. You summarize what you learned. You talk about how you can apply it in your life. And you use those new words so you can have more vocabulary available when you speak. And then you're going to review the video. You're going to notice what you liked, notice what you want to improve on for the next day. And then you're just going to fill out the sheet that's in the description bar to track this. Be consistent for 21 days. Just focus on the first 7 days, then 21, then get to 90 and start seeing huge results in your life. When you compare that first video to the 90th video, you're going to be a whole different person. Like come back and comment on this video and thank me. All right, if you want to join my English conversation sessions, it's basically a month-long program with me. We meet once a week, maximum me and 5 other students. We meet on Google Meets at the same time every week for 4 weeks. I help you implement this program. I help you get consistent with this. I also give you personalized feedback on your pronunciation. It's also a space for you to practice speaking. Everybody gets a chance to talk. We chat. I also do some coaching so that you can actually be consistent with this and get to the results. And it's also a place for you to get personalized feedback. What do you personally need to be doing to achieve the results that you want? The link for that is down below as well. Basically, you just go, it'll take you to my website, or you can go to sabrina-english.com. And there, it'll basically take you to my WhatsApp business, and that's me responding to the WhatsApps. If you already understand English you can already speak it, I'll ask you a few questions. I'll ask you to send me a short audio. I can evaluate your level and sign you up for the sessions. You're very welcome to come into that. I'm only taking 80 students. Once I get to 80 students, that's my cap for the month. And then there's going to be a waiting list. So yeah, if you're interested, join me there, and I will see you in the next one.